Beware of fascism. Many of us are aware of the left's overreach into nearly every aspect of our lives. With the rise of the woke mentality and the steady decline of familiar values and traditions handed down to us from previous generations. The Zodiac represents many aspects of profound wisdom, even shedding light on the left and right polarities of the political spectrum. The top or first 6 houses of the chart can represent the right wing of the political divide, and the bottom last 6 houses represent the political left. The further we move away from the safety of the balanced scales of Libra, the further we move towards a society under totalitarianism. Whether that be via the left path or the right, we find our lives pulled towards extremes, uncomfortable for the majority to accept. Like an elastic band rooted to the center, stressful tension builds up, desiring a reverse in the opposite direction. Newton's third law of motion: every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and as such, the further left we progress through socialism and communism towards totalitarianism, eventually there will be a reaction of equal and opposite momentum towards the right and the equally unpleasant extremes of fascism. This was the case throughout Europe and many other countries around the world in the early part of the last century. As the far left's Marxist communist revolution spread, infesting many countries, a reaction of far-right fascism emerged to counteract its radical impositions upon society's traditional values, who felt it necessary to hold on to their heritage through excessive force. Many level-headed, balanced individuals seeking neutrality and peace are often manoeuvred by malevolent powers wishing to create social change that benefit their personal ambitions over the rest. By using a political form of the Hegelian dialectic, they unleash the crocodile of left-wing communism until humanity has had such a bellyful that it reacts, calling for hard-line right-wing groups to end the erosion of their traditions. Using these two political extremes, those steering humanity are able to forge a new direction or synthesis from the chaos they create. In order to alter a society in the direction required for assimilation towards globalization, an opposition to that social system is created. This becomes the antithesis to what the target society considers as their social norms. These opposing camps are pitted against one another to create tension and division. And from this artificial opposition, a new direction or synthesis is derived. Over time, this synthesis evolves into new socially accepted norms for society, and each new generation born into that social system will consider it as their normal, which in turn creates a new base thesis for the process to begin all over again. Using this method, any society or social order can be steered by the globalists towards their ultimate goal of a one-world government under an all-encompassing technological control grid. Those promoting left-wing communism will try to undermine aspects of right-wing traditions, some of which are expressed in the first 6 houses of the Zodiac. The erosion of the family and family values. This is the 4th house of the Zodiac. The patriarch, or traditional ruling monarchs, expressed here by the sun and the moon, the king and queen of the Zodiac. They will also target the 5th house of pleasure, leisure, creativity and children, while also demotivating the 6th house of health and service to others. The 3rd house also comes under attack. This is the house of communication and the intelligentsia. Many previous communist revolutions rounded up and imprisoned those with the knowledge and ability to expose them. The 2nd house of personal wealth is also targeted, as those in the far left would rather spend your money on their communitarian projects. And finally, they target individualism in favor of the hive mind communitarian. However, the far right in Aries, ruled by Mars, is equally as destructive in the form of fascism, where one individual holds onto the reins of power to do as they please. One of the first steps towards left-wing principles and the erosion of family traditions can be seen in the sexual desires offered in Scorpio, perverted sexualization of the mind as it transitions away from the center towards the left. To ensure a modicum of freedom and safety from all extremes of totalitarianism, we must keep our political system within the narrow band offered by the liberal scales of balance within the center ground of Libra.